We're talking to Mark Scott, the Managing Director of the ABC. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you.
So when our sister publication Mumbrella last spoke to you, it was 2010 and you had a big agenda for change. How's that all going? Do you still have some changes that you're wanting to make?
Well, I think the world continues to change, so the change never stops. There's a line I like from The Leopard, which says, if we want things to stay the way they are, everything will have to change. And I think we realise at the ABC, if we want to be a great public broadcaster, you want to connect with your audiences, if you want to tell Australian stories in a way that people find engaging, then you will have to change. Technology is changing, people's media consumption habits are changing, the media environment is changing. So yes, we've changed a lot, lots of change still to come. We're not quite sure where it will all take us, but we're in the change business if we're in the media business.
And particularly you were working to take the ABC into the sort of multi-platform new media world. How's that all going?
Well, very well, I think. I think we're showing real leadership and real innovation in our movements in online and mobile. We're delighted with the position that we've created with iView. It's absolutely a market leader when it comes to catch-up television, but I think we see now it's much more than catch-up television. We now see that there are people who really consume television through the tablet and through the mobile phone, and one of the things we've seen in the last year is that more than half the iView consumption is now taking place on mobile devices. So that's been terrific. I think we see the expansion of brands that were traditionally locked into one platform like Triple J to really being fully fledged cross-platform products. So you've got Triple J on the radio, you've now got the Triple J Unearthed digital radio station, but they have a fabulous online presence, a fabulous Twitter feed, great audience engagement. And what all that has added up to is a very significant increase in the Triple J audience itself. Yeah, as we embrace the opportunities, as we look for taking our content out to where the audience is, rather than expecting the audience to come to our traditional platforms, we're finding great success.
And you mentioned iView. Last year it was a huge success when you premiered the first episode of Doctor Who. Yeah. Will there be more programming decisions like that, do you think?
Yeah, I think there will be, and there are for a number of reasons. I think what we've got to do is really get an audience focus. Rather than a programmer focus or a platform focus. And I suppose I'm just still trying to think through what does that mean. I think the Doctor Who decision that was made by our television people was a great decision. They wanted to show it on Saturday night. The British were showing it on Saturday night. The Brits weren't going to let us to show it in advance of them, but that did leave a week for people to go online and find it themselves. So for us to put it out immediately on iView, so that our audiences could see it in an ABC environment, for us to be able to capture that audience, I think that was a great move. And I think, we've helped lead the industry to thinking through about fast-tracking programs from overseas, but also using catch-up mechanisms in this way far more effectively. The other thing I think we can see is that all our evidence suggests that people are watching television, but they have their mobile device with them, a phone or a tablet. And so how can you put information and content on that tablet or on that phone that accompanies what they're watching on television and make it a deeper and richer experience? I mean, we'd pioneered this with the Twitter feed around Q&A, but now we think there are going to be different kinds of content where the companion app is a vital part of the experience of watching television. And that we've got a team of people who work on that now. And it's not just for television. I think companion apps will have an impact on radio and across a range of our content.
I was going to ask you about the companion app. I know that you had suggested that it would be launching this year. Do you know at what point?
No, it's still in the lab. Still our team of brilliant people beavering away and working on it. But I do think we look across a range of our content and we think it will work well. I think clearly some of our television content, some of our news content, there'll be companion app elements to it. I think the whole kids programming area is one that we're looking at very carefully and intently. I think you'll see some experiments in the first half of the year. As in all these things, you learn as you do it. You've got to, I think we've actually got to get more things out there in beta actually, and not just say, look, we think this is the final product, but almost say, well, this is our thinking up until this point. Give us your feedback.
And I understand Tractor Monkeys, that's Merrick Watts' show, that's going to have quite a large component on the companion app.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tractor Monkeys. It taps into a great feeling of nostalgia, the wonders of the ABC archive. Yeah, but there will be an opportunity for you to engage with that and play along at home with a companion app element.